Sanbonani Dumelang, my name is Garabo Dynamite Nyalungu, the leadership that led the leader to the leading lead. Sorry, I couldn't, but for this, I just wanted to speak about it and finish and close it. So I want to speak about exposure. Exposure expands expectations. I think I learned that quote when I was 14, right? And I believe it's so true. And now in my life, I see that actually exposure also expands opportunities. When you're exposed to certain degrees of things, you realize that you have been settling for quite below average relative to what is available, because you're exposed now to the greener side of the grass. You're exposed to the finer versions of what you used to settle for. You're exposed to the better side of things, be it in academics, property, love, life, finances. Once you are exposed to certain standards, your aim now then becomes to attain things that are gonna match that standard you've been exposed to. For instance, if you grew up a location like me, in the township where majority of the houses are government provided, shall it happen that you are exposed to real estate, you will not want to have a house that is gonna resemble the one you grew up in. The only reason you'd want to have a house that resembles the one you grew up in would be for investment purposes, so that you attain one that's gonna match what you have been exposed to. You understand? Even in academics, when a mark sheet is revealed and you see student one obtained 93% and there you are with your 34%, there's a certain pressure that is exerted to you because you are exposed to people who make it possible to get 93%, keeping all things constant. Of course, we call it centris paribus in economics language. You understand? So once you are exposed, you realize that there's more to what you've been thinking it is the way and the light for the longest time. You see the finer things. I realized this in my life because when I was 12, which was 8 years ago, I used to I was exposed to Maya Angelou. I used to be so much into poetry. I don't know why, but I was into poetry, and I got exposed to Maya Angelou's Phenomenal Woman, and I realized I'm the end product of that thing because I used to recite it. And when you recite something, you believe it. When you believe it, you live it. When you live it, you reflect it, which is why I'm this ball of confidence. Oh yeah, ball of confidence. I am this very confident person. I'm not easily shaken with a lot of things, by a lot of things. I am not easily shaken. It is because when I was 12, I convinced myself that I'm a phenomenal woman. I don't remember how the exact words went by, but there's certain parts that stand out, where it says, "Pretty woman, wonder where my secret lies." I am not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. At 12 years old, I accepted the body that I had because I was convinced that I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size, but I am a phenomenal woman. You understand? So at a very young age, I got to be exposed to that and then internalize it, and then there it was, which is why I believe when people say fake it till you make it. At 12 years old, what did I know about being not being a fashion model size and self-esteem type of thing? What did I know about that? I didn't know anything about it, but I internalized this thing. I made it my mantra. I recited it. I believed it. And there I was. And here I am. You understand? When it said, it is in the reach of my arms. It is in the stride of my legs. I don't go all out to try and prove. I don't go all out to try and impress. I only do what is in the reach of my arms, the stride of my legs. Therefore, I believed at that point that I'm adequate. I am enough at 12 years old. So you realize that whatever happens now at 20, okay, I'm not yet 20, I'm 19. Whatever happens now, I'm not gonna be easily shaken because for the greatest chunk of my life, I was told and I believed that I'm a phenomenal woman. You understand? There's a part where it says men themselves wonder what they see in me, because I'm not the slay queen type. I'm not the, average type. I'm not the ordinary type. They wonder what they see in me. When I start to tell them, they still say they can see. So at a young age I got exposed to such material, and I was like, okay, now this is me. I'm gonna make this my mantra. I'm gonna make this what I live by. And here I am today. I'm confident. You understand? Here I am today when certain things exert pressures on me externally. I'm not easily shaken because I've convinced myself that I am enough. I'm going to love myself. You know, when it says to me that it is in the arc of my back, when it speaks about the mane, it says it is in the arc of my back. It is in the ride of my breasts. You know, when it speaks about when I enter a room. Okay, now I'm deviating from the rhythmic and stanzas. When I enter a room, because I'm not a man, they keep their cool, but when a man enters, they bow down. But still, I'm a phenomenal woman. Phenomenal woman, that's me. So at a young age, I was like, comparisons, that's not for me. You know, I was content with self from that age because I was exposed to content that made me internalize confidence. So you see now what exposure does. You see now that with exposure comes great expectations because